install an additional application server instance. AAS means AAS. Full form is Additional Application Server. AAS. It is one of the instance in ABAP based SAP system. Additional Application Server instance. In shortcut, it is called as AAS. It is one of the instance in ABAP based SAP system. So it is one of the instance. Additional application server instance. It is instance. Additional application server is the instance in ABAP based SAP system. In previous, what are the instances we installed? Primary application server instance. In shortcut is called as PS. And another one is database instance. And another one is ABAP Central Service Instance. In shortcut, it is called as ASCS. So in previous, we installed these three instances. On that time, why I did not install additional application server instance? Means these three are mandatory instances. These three instances are mandatory instances. Above three instances are mandatory instances. Mandatory means compulsory you want to install that three instances. But this additional application server instance is not a mandatory instance. Additional application server instance is not a mandatory instance. That means if required, that means you have requirement means on the time only you want to install the additional application server instance. Suppose we don't have requirement means we no need to install the additional application server instance. When we install additional application server instance, suppose I did not install primary application server instance, database instance, and ACS instance, directly I install additional application server instance is possible. It is not possible. Without installing PAS, ASCS, database instance, it is not possible to install AAS instance. That means I did not install database instance, ACS instance, primary application server instance. I'm directly installing additional application server instance. On the time, it is not possible to install. So here, it is not a mandatory instance. That's why here when I am installing primary application server instance, database instance, ACS instance, on the time I did not install additional application server instance. Here you saw ACS instance, primary application server instance, database instance. After installing, I selected standard system. No, I install all instances in single system. No, that's why ACS instance, primary application server instance, and database instance is available in single system. Why I installed that three instances means, suppose I did not install database instance means the system will not work. I did not install ACS instance means system will not work. I did not install primary application server instance means system will not work. That means compulsory you want to maintain ABAP based SAP system is compulsory. The three instances compulsory we want to install. Okay, why I did not install additional application server instance means because it is not a mandatory instance. We have requirement means we want to install. That's why I did not install additional application server instance on that time. How? When we require, first of all, how many application server instance is available in ABAP based SAP system? That is the question. How many application server instances is available in ABAP based SAP system? That is the question. So in interview, suppose they ask like that, it is silly question only. But in interview, they ask like that, means you want to tell answer 2. In ABAP based SAP system, 2 application server instances is available. What are their? Primary application server instance and additional application server instance. The 2 only. Here, database instance is not a application server instance. ABAP central service instance, in name only they're telling, I am ABAP, I am central service instance, they're telling. Here you saw, you remove primary, you read this one, application server instance. You remove additional, you read this one, application server instance. Only primary application server instance and additional application server instance. These 2 instances only, application server instances in ABAP based SAP system. Primary means main, first application server instance. Additional means extra application server instance. In this 2 application server instance, which instance I installed first? Which application server instance I installed first? Primary. Here you already saw. I already installed primary application server instance. So first I installed primary application server instance after additional application server instance. These 2 only application server instances. In application server instance only, work process is available. In application server instance only, work process is available. What are the work processes there? Dialog, background, pool, update 1, update 2. Here you saw, in primary application server instance, AAS ABAP. AAS means application server, ABAP, WP means work process table. In this table, when I click here, in this table, whatever is called, it is called as work process. DIM is dialog work process. UPD means update work process. BTC means background work process. SPO means spool. And UP2 means another update work process. Dialog, background, spool. Dialog shortcut is called as DIA. Background shortcut is called as BTC. Spool shortcut it is called as SPO. Update 1, UPD. So in application server instance only, work process is available. That means in ABAP based SAP system, work process is available inside primary application server instance and additional application server instances only. In ABAP based SAP system, work process is available inside primary application server and additional application server instance only. Why work process is not available inside ACS instance? Now this is ACS instance. In ACS instance, why work process is not there? That option is not there. Why in ACS instance work process is not available? Means because ACS instance is not a application server instance. That's why work process is not available inside ACS instance. In interview they ask you, same this question only, in interview they ask you, why work process is not available inside ABAP central service instance, ACS instance. On that time you want to tell ACS instance is not a application server instance. That's why In ACS instance, work process is not available. That is the answer. Work process is available inside application server instance only. That's why work process is available inside primary application server instance and additional application server instances only. Okay, now here clearly all of you saw here dialog work process is there. Here dialog work process is there. How many dialog work process is there? 0 to 9. That means 10 dialog work process is there. So in application server instance, how many dialog work process? How many dialog work process is possible to maintain? In application server instance, how many dialog work process is possible to maintain? Minimum 2. Maximum 100. Minimum 2 means suppose here I maintain only one dialog work process, means what will be happen? It will never start. Login is not possible. Okay, and one more important point, in which instance work process is available, in that instance only, users login is possible. That means in application server instance, in additional application server instance, in primary application server instance and in additional application server instances only, user login is possible. In ABAP central service instance, in database instance, user login is not possible. Okay, now why? What is the requirement? Why we want to install additional application server instance? When we get that requirement. So here I already told clearly, in application server instance, minimum 2 dialog work process is possible, maximum 100 dialog work process is possible. So here what you want to understand is users request is processed by dialog work process. User request is processed by dialog work process. What is that meaning is, I logged into this application server instance. My user request is processed by dialog work process. That means based on that dialog work process only, I log in and I do anything in the SAP system. So when I log in into the SAP system, based on that dialog work process only, I do work in that SAP system. That means our user request is processed by dialog work process. One dialog work process handle 10 users request at a time. At a time, one dialog work process handle 10 user requests at a time. 10 users request. Suppose 10 users log in into the primary application server instance. One dialog work process only handle that 10 user requests. So in primary application server instance, 100 dialog work process. That means 100 into 10 is equal to 1000. That means in primary application server instance, 1000 users at a time login is possible. That. So at a time, 1000 users log in into that primary application server instance and do the work is possible. Now, how many primary application server instance installed in SAP system is possible? That is the question you want to know. How many primary application server instances installed is possible in the SAP system? Here, this is one SAP system, NWD. This is the SAP system name. In this SAP system, I already installed primary application server instance. Now, I want to install another primary application server instance. Is not possible. Why? Already you installed primary application server instance in that system. Only one primary application server instance only installed is possible in that system. I already installed primary application server instance in this system. I tried to install another primary application server instance. Is not possible. Okay, that is the point. Now, in my company, 750 users is there. 750 users is there means I don't want to install additional application server instance. Why means primary application server instance handle 1000 users. But in my company, 750 users is there. On that time, I no need to install. For example, this month, September. In September month, in my company users 750 users. On that time, I no need to install additional application server instance. Why means my primary application server instance supported 1000 users. That's why I no need to install additional application server instance. Okay. Now, next month, October. In October month, in my company users list is 1500. In October, I want to install one additional application server instance. Why means my primary application server instance is supported only 1000 users only. But in October month, my company users have 1500 users. Remaining 500 users, so they want to wait. In company, waiting is not possible. Every second, every minute, value, money. That's why we want to install another application server instance. Okay, if we install primary application server instance means it's not possible. Why means in NWD system, already you install primary application server instance. Another primary application server instance installation is not possible. On that time, what we want to do, we want to install additional application server instance. Why we want to install additional application server instance means here in primary application server instance, first of all, you want to know what is available inside primary application server instance. In primary application server instance, dispatcher is there. IGS watchdog. IGS means Internet Graphic Server. Gateway is there. ISM. ISM is Internet Communication Manager. And work process is there. Dialog, update, background, spool, update to. So whatever available inside primary application server instance, same is available inside additional application server instance. That means in additional application server instance also, you maintain 100 dialog work process. In additional application server instance system also, 1000 users login is possible. For example, 3 multiplex 1 theater is there. I have multiplex theater is there. In that theater, 3 screens is there. Every screen, 1000 seats is there. Okay, OG movie. Morning show, 750 people came to watch. On that time, what I do, only that screen 1 only I start. I no need to start screen 2, screen 3. Why? Only came 750 people. In screen 1 only, I have 1000 seats is there. That's why I allow 750 people into screen 1 and I start only screen 1. I don't want to start screen 2, screen 3. That means there is no requirement on screen 2, screen 3. Afternoon show, 1500 people came. On that time, what I do, in screen 1, I allowed 1000 people. In screen 2, I allowed remaining 500 people. I don't want to start screen 3. Evening show, 2500 people came. On that time, what I do, I start screen 1. I start screen 2. I start screen 3. So that means based on requirement, we are using here also based on your requirement, depending on users. Simple question and simple answer. In interview, they ask you why we want to install additional application server instance. Simple answer, we want more than 100 developer process. Why we want to install additional application server instance? Answer is, we want more than 100 dialog work process. So based on in company production systems, they maintain 20 or 25 additional application server instances. And one more important point, here I installed database primary application server instance, AAS instance in this system. In this system only, we install additional application server instance is possible, or you maintain separate system. Here also is possible. Okay, you maintain separate system. Here also is possible. In this system, primary application server instance, AAS instance, database instance is there. You install additional application server instance in this system, or you install additional application server instance in separate system. Yogesh, here what I do in VMware workstation. In VMware workstation, I maintain 3 systems. Here NWD, main system, AAS, and ERS also is there. Now AAS. Now we got it clearly why we want to install additional application server instance. We got it clearly. Now I show you how to install additional application server instance. We want to install additional application server instance means I share the software here. Already we have software, entire folder is there here. In E drive, in SAP Media, software entire is there. I shared that software in this system. VM, settings. Okay, before sharing software, first of all, what we want to do? Click search and type CMD and click command prompt and type the command hostname. Enter. That is the present system computer name. Now type exist, enter to close the command prompt. Now I want to set one proper computer name to this system. In which system I'm going to install additional application server instance. In that system, what I want to do is I want to set one proper computer name. Select this PC, right click and click properties. And click this, rename this PC and close this one and click change. This is present system computer name. Here I want to enter the computer name. vhcall AASCI. That is my computer name. And click more. Dummy.no domain. Click OK. 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 Close. Compulsory want to restart. After restart only the computer name will be changed. Click restart now. Now, VM, send control plus all plus delete. Username administrator. My administrator password is admin.123 and click search. After logging into this operating system, first of all, what we want to do is we want to check whatever computer name we set, it is changed or not. So same, click search and type CMD and click command prompt and type the command. Post name is the command. Enter. So computer name is changed. PH call AASCI. Computer name is changed successfully. Now type exit, enter. So that is the first step you want to do. In which system you want to install additional application server instance. In that system, you want to set one proper computer name to that system. That is the first step we want to do. Next, what we want to do, double click this PC. Here I have two drives, C drive, D drive. D drive 899 GB free of 899 GB. This is my installation drive. D drive is empty. It is. Now we want to set paging file size. Paging file size, or you called as WAV file size, or you called as virtual memory. Select this PC. I show you how to do. Select this PC. Right click and click properties. And click here advanced system settings. And close this one. And click settings. And click advanced tab. And click change. And deselect this one. And select D drive. Select custom size. Here I'm entering 45123 50000. Why I'm telling fast means already you know. In second class, I tell clearly step by step. You follow that one. And click set. And click OK. Click OK. Apply. OK. OK. And click restart now. Compulsory, after setting paging file size, compulsory want to restart the system. Okay. Now, VM send control plus all plus delete, username administrator, and my administrator password is admin.123, enter. Now double click this PC, double click D drive, empty. But you see here D drive 855 GB free of 899 GB. Okay, the two steps only we want to do. The two steps we want to do before installing additional application server instance. Now we want to install additional application server instance. Now I want to share software present here. Double click this PC, only C drive, D drive is there. Okay, VM, settings, options tab, shared folder, always enable, select this option, add, next, browse, in E drive, in SAP media folder, okay, next, finish, okay. Now double click this PC, double click shared folder, double click SAP media folder, double click SWPM. Last class, by using SWPM SAP SD, by using software provisioning manager only, we install NetWeaver AAS ABAP 7.52. Now when we are installing additional application server instance for that purpose also, we use SWPM SAP SD. SAP SD is the installation tool. Now double click SAP SD and close this folder. Now software provisioning manager is opening. Okay, click yes here. Okay, click advance. Scroll down. Click on save. Username is administrator. And I have only one user. After installing operating system, I have only one user, username administrator. And my administrator password is admin.123 and click sign in. Okay, here, scroll down. Our product version is SAP NetWeaver is for ABAP 7.52. Expand this one. Our database is MS SQL Server. Expand this one. So expand installation. Here additional SAP system instances is there. Expand this one. Here we have additional application server instance. Select this one. Here clearly they're telling install an additional application server instance if required. You have required only, you can add additional application server instance to an already installed SAP system. Okay, select additional application server instance and click next. Okay, typical custom. Typical means default settings, custom means manual settings. Select custom and click next. Always we want to select custom. Log off required. Click OK. It will user administrator will be log out. Log in again and installation will be continued. PM send control plus all plus delete. Username administrator and administrator password is admin.123. Okay, click yes. username administrator, and administrator password is admin.123 and click sign in. Okay, here they asking profile directory. Here is there // So here, I told you no before, without installing primary application server instance, AAS instance, database instance, you try to install additional application server instance. When we click next, it does not allow to go to the next page. That means directly without installing those primary ACS and the database, we are directly installing additional application server instance. Here, from this step, it is not possible to go to the next step. Here they asking information, profile directory information, where you get this PC, installation drive, USR, SAP, SID, SYS, profile. This information they asking. How we get this one? After installing only, we get these folders. So this information we want to provide there. / SAP global host means computer name. call NWDCI, that system computer name. / SAP MNT. / our SAP system ID is NWD. SAP system ID is NWD. This is the computer name. call NWDCI. / SYS / profile. That's the information. And my installation drive is not C drive. Click this drop down box, select D drive and click next. Now here, message server port. Yesterday, last class, when installing that system, they intimate you. This system message server port number is 3610. Internal ABAP message server port number is 3910. Here clearly they tell it. What information here you want to enter? You want to enter 36 ACS instance number. Here my system ACS instance number is 10. ACS instance number is 10. That means here I want to enter 3610. 3610. And one more important point, here SAP system is running. Suppose here SAP system is in stop condition. When I click next, they tell I'm not able to connect your system. Now click next here. Okay, master password. Here we want to enter master password 2 times. In company, when installing time, company provide that password, you want to enter there. So what is this master password? Means after installing completed, you want to start the additional application server instance by using this password only. I'm entering password as final_1234. Final_1234. F caps letters and click next. So my SAP system ID is NWD. It is local domain. No changes. Click next. Now operating system users. Two users is there. SAP system administrator, SAP system service user. By default password is master password only for that users. Click next. They're asking your SAP system is Unicode system or non-Unicode system. They're asking that information. Yeah, it is Unicode only. Our system is Unicode system. Click next. Why I am telling my system is Unicode means I install NetWeaver AAS ABAP 7.52, 752 release. Non-Unicode system is supported up to 740 release only, but this system is 752 release. That's why. Yeah, my database ID is NWT only. Click next. Now scroll down. SAP host agent .sar status still missing. They're asking that file. You want to provide that file, SAP host agent .sar. Click browse. In Jet Drive, in SAP Media, in kernel folder, that file is there. SAP host agent .sar. Select that file and click OK and click next. Now scroll down. Here status available. That means I provided correct file. Status available means they give permission to go to the next page. Click next. Now here, no need to change anything. Click next. Yeah, it is SAP host agent operating system user. Password is master password only. Click next. Native client for MS SQL Server is not installed. Read the installation guide. They're asking now you want to install MS SQL Server client software for this SAP system. They're asking that information. Now you want to install MS SQL Server client software. So where we get that MS SQL Server client software? So in that our original MS SQL Server client software, in there only that software is available. We want to check that one and we want to install that software. After installing that MS SQL Server client software only, the installation will be continued. That means now we want to install MS SQL Server client software. Minimize, double click this PC, shared folder, SAP Media. This is MS SQL Server folder. I think this is the client. Double click. And click next. Select this one. And click next. And click next. And click install. And click finish. And close this one. I think this only MS SQL Server client. Close. Minimize. And click OK. Okay, that only MS SQL Server client software. Now they're asking instance number for additional application server instance. By default, 00 is there. You want to provide instance number. Instance number is 2-digit number 00 to 97. Here I am providing 12. By default, 00 is there. I provided 12. In company, when you installing time, company provide the value. You enter that value here and click next. So in additional application server instance also, work process is available. By default, 10 dialog work process, 6 background work process are installing here. Yesterday also when installing time, same they asked. Here you saw 10 dialog work process is installed and 6 background work process is installed. Same they asking here. You want to increase or decrease? You increase 10 to 100 dialog work process means they show 100 dialog work process. You want to increase and decrease means increase and decrease here. But I want to use default only. After also changing is possible and click next. So no need to create message server access control list. Click next. Click next. Finally, review parameter summary screen. From starting, after opening SWPM, we got typical custom starting page. No, from starting page onwards, whatever pages they open, they show here. Is there any change? Miss change here. Suppose there is no changes. Miss click next. Click next here. So it will be complete fastly. Within 10 minutes, we got success message. We want to wait. Additional application server instance will install fastly. Here you got task list also, which task is running. In executive service, now this one is running. Here some task is there. It will be complete fastly. We want to wait. When this 0 to 100%, this screen is called as installation progress screen. When this progress is running time, you did not restart or shut down the system. We want to wait within 5 minutes, the installation will be completed. Okay, it is successful. Successfully we installed additional application server instance. This is the success message. Click OK. Click close. Click exist and close the browser. I want to remove the shared folder means VM. Settings. Options tab. Shared folder. Select. Remove. Yes. Deselect. Disable. OK. Now double click this PC. In D drive, USR, SAP, SID, D12, D instance number. This is the additional application server instance. But here you see in main system, this PC, installation drive, here database files is there, data log file is there, USR, SAP, SID, here SYS is there, but in additional application server instance system, SYS is not there. Here SYS is there. Okay, here SYS is not there. Okay, D12, data, exe, IGS, log, sec, and var. Here also, D11, data, exe, IGS, log, sec, var. And one more important point here, D primary application server instance number. Here D additional application server instance number. Suppose you install 740 and lower releases, means they show their DVE BMGS instance number. When you install 750 and higher releases, they show D instance number. So here, double click this SAP Management Console, maximize, expand, same dispatcher, I just watched a gateway, ISM, and work process. Enter password. Same dialog work process, update, background, spool, update to. So whatever available inside primary application server instance, same is available inside additional application server instance. This is the way we want to install additional application server instance in company. When they ask you want to install additional application server instance, means like this way, we want to install additional application server instance on company system or in your personal laptop. So you have only one laptop, means you install where you install primary application server instance, AAS instance, database instance. In that system only you install additional application server instance. Same process, same steps only. Or otherwise your wish, you install in different system also. Now this process, this is completed. Installing additional application server instance is completed. Now I want to uninstall additional application server instance. In this system, this PC in D drive, in USR, SAP, SID here. In this system, I install additional application server instance. Now I want to uninstall. Before uninstalling, double click SAP Management Console, expand. Here system is running. First of all, we want to stop the system. I stop the system. Right now, I'm not telling how to stop the system. We have separate unit. On that time, I told how to stop clearly step by step. Right now, I'm not telling how to stop the SAP system. So it is stopping. We want to wait 1 minute. It will take time to stop the SAP system. Okay, close. No. Okay, system is stopped. Now, once again, I want to share the software VM settings. Options tab, shared folder, always enable. Select this option, add, next, browse, in E drive, in SAP media folder. Okay, next, finish, okay. Now double click this PC, shared folder, SAP media, SWPM, scroll down, double click SAP ST and close the folder. By using software provisioning manager only, we want to uninstall the SAP software. By using SWPM tool only, we want to uninstall the SAP software. That means here you are understanding by using software provisioning manager only, we want to install and uninstall the any SAP software. Okay, click yes. Username is administrator. And my administrator password is admin.123. And click sign in. Okay, now scroll down. Here generic options is there. Expand this one. And my database is MS SQL Server. Expand this one. And expand uninstall. And select this one. Uninstall SAP system or single instances and click next. Okay, now this is the profile directory information. It's clear. / that computer name SAPMNT NWD SYS profile. Click next. Okay, here they asking you want to uninstall all instances of the system ID from this host. In this host, whatever instances you install, you want to uninstall all instances. In this host, I have only one instance I install. I want to uninstall all instances in this host. Directly or otherwise, you select like this also. Okay, I want to, so here in this host, only one instance I install, that is primary additional application server instance they're showing here. I want to uninstall only this particular instance only. Click next. Uninstall SAP host agent. In this host, SAP host agent is installed. You want to uninstall that one also? Yeah, click next. Remove database or parts of its deselect. I don't remove database. Why miss? Database want to run on primary application server instance, AAS instance for that purpose. That's why click next. Finally, review parameter summary screen. So from this screen onwards, whatever pages they open, they show here. Is there any change miss? Change here. Suppose there is no change miss, click next. Click next. Executive service, it will be complete within 5 minutes. We want to wait. Okay, it is completed. Successfully completed. Click OK. Click close. Click exist and close the browser. Now VM, settings, options tab, shared folder, select, remove, yes, deselect, disable, OK. Double click this PC, double click D drive, USR, empty. You delete this USR folder also. Now it is empty. Nothing is there in this system. And one more point, you want to, here paging file size is there. Paging file size. You want to remove that paging file size, means select this PC, right click and click properties. And click here advanced system settings and close this one. Click settings, click advanced tab, click change, select which drive paging file size is there, select here remove, and select here no paging file size and click set, none, and click OK, click OK, click apply, click OK, click OK, and click restart now. After restart only the changes will be done. That's why we want to restart the system. Now, VM, send control plus all plus delete. Username is administrator. My administrator password is admin.123. Now double click this PC. 899 GB free of 899 GB.